Welcome back to another episode of Let's Be Reasonable with Edurama. Why is the world in so much shit and people are so fucked up? I'm gonna tell you why. But first, I'm gonna give you a second to hit subscribe and hit like on this video and turn your notifications on for future enlightening videos. Because my main agenda for this is not to push a political agenda or religious agenda. My main agenda is to bring enlightenment to the people and to get people to be free thinkers. So I'm gonna give you a second while I sip on this bitch. So let's get back to it. Why is the world in so much shit? Why are people so fucked up? And I'll tell you why. It's because we let liars and con artists be our guidance. And these liars and con artists are politicians and religious leaders. So it doesn't matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat, a Muslim or a Christian or whatever. Because three things that religion and politics have in common. Three things. They want to lie to you, they want your money, and occasionally they want to fuck your kids. So why do we listen to them? So it doesn't matter if you're a Republican or Democrat, their viewpoints change a little bit, but fundamentally both sides do the same thing. They lie to you and they want to take your money, and sometimes they want to fuck your kids. Because there's been found pedophile rings amongst politicians, and that's not something new. And fuck Anthony Weiner for sending his wiener pics to 15-year and 16-year-old girls. Fuck that guy. Same thing with religion. Religion, doesn't matter if you're Muslim, Christian, or Scientologist or whatever, they all do the same thing too. They lie to you or they always want your money. That's the main point, they wanting your money. And sometimes they want to fuck your kids. I'm gonna take that back with religion. They're not sometimes want to fucking your kids. They've been fucking your kids for centuries. All the time they want to fuck your kids. So we should stop listening to your pastor and your preacher, whoever you have. Because they're all liars and con artists and fucking molesters. They're the worst people we should be listening to. But why do we listen to them? And I tell you why. Because these two groups are constantly in your face, in your head, and in front of you, telling you what you should do, what you should think, how you should behave, who you should love, who you should hate. They're constantly in your face. For every issue that comes along, there's going to be a politician telling you what to do and how you should react to this, and there's always a preacher telling you what you should do too. The immigration thing comes along, politicians are in your face telling you they're criminals, and the voice in the back of your head tells you, hey, they are people too. The gay issues come along and your preacher's telling you, hey, they're sinners, and the voice in the back of your head tells you, hey, they're people too. And that's the voice you should be listening to, that voice in the back of your head, because that's the voice of reason. We're always born being reasonable. We're just brainwashed by politicians and preachers to telling us what to think and what to do. We are all reasonable people. They just keep brainwashing us constantly to overpower that voice in the back of your head that tells you to do the right thing. So we need to stop listening to the politicians and preachers and start listening to the voice of reason in the back of your head. Because these con artists, they want to profit from you. They don't want people to be good. They want to be in charge of these people. They want to be their guidance. You know what I'm saying? Because if people are free thinkers, then politicians and pastors have no power. They have no control. So they're constantly in your head, brainwashing you, feeding you lies, giving you the wrong directions to take your money and to be in control of you and fuck your kids. Religion was the first form of government. Before there was politicians and kings and shit, there was religion. And you know how religion was created? Before there was God, and before there was authority, before there was kings, you know who was in charge? Whoever was the strongest and the baddest motherfucker, that was the dude that was in charge. How could somebody, little scrawny person, be in charge at that time? So that's when the concept of God was created. Somebody granted themselves authority through an invisible force, through an invisible creation, and convinced all these dumb people that they're like, hey, there is this supreme God in the sky that granted me all this authority over that big bad motherfucker that was the alpha male and the leader. That's how first the concept of God was created. So God is in creation by man. That's what we had, over 3,000 gods throughout human history, more than 3,000 gods throughout human history. Because you know what? They're all created by man. They're all created by some weak person that was smarter than everybody else and decided to grant themselves authority through a supreme being. Right now, we have politicians. We still have preachers. I don't know what the fuck. We got this ancient fucking system still in place with religion. They're still able to brainwash people. You know why? Because most people are very simple-minded, very easily convinced, very easily deceived, and they're always looking for somebody else to feed them lies and give them directions to tell them what choices to make. You know, Hitler once said a really powerful quote. He said, tell the people a big enough lie often enough and they will believe it. Same thing with religion, with the idea of God, and in the politics too. All they do is just keep feeding your lies, keep polluting your brain, keep trying to tone down that voice of reason in the back of your head so they can be in control, so you always listen to them. Thank you for listening, everybody. Peace out.